Something has changed in the empire. The Sultan who once conquered Constantinople now prepares for something even darker. Because this time, the blood will flow on both sides. Season 3 of Mehmed Fetihler Sultani is coming, and everything is about to shift. New enemies, new betrayals, new power struggles, and an 8-year time jump that pushes the series into one of the most brutal chapters in Ottoman history. Here's what we've learned about the next season, and why fans are calling it the boldest one yet. The story picks back up in the year 1461. Sultan Mehmed is no longer the young warrior we met in Season 1. Now he is a ruler hardened by years of war, politics, and personal loss. And this season, he faces one of his most chilling enemies yet, Vlad the Impaler. Yes, Vlad Dracula, the same historical figure that inspired legends of vampires in Europe. But in Fetihler Sultani, this isn't fiction, it's personal. Because this wasn't always a rivalry. Once upon a time, Mehmed and Vlad were allies. Their childhood friendship, once built on shared trust, will now be retold through painful flashbacks, revealing exactly how a bond between brothers turned into a war soaked in betrayal and horror. And it won't be just dialogue. This season is expected to be more violent than anything we've seen before. The producers are warning fans in advance. The tone will be darker, bloodier, more ruthless. And that's because the real history demands it. Alongside the brutal conflict with Vlad, another major event will dominate the storyline. The conquest of Trabzon, a campaign that stretched the Ottoman army to its limit. Mountains, harsh weather, and powerful local resistance made this victory one of Mehmed's most difficult. But it was also a strategic masterstroke, because the fall of Trabzon completed his vision of unifying Anatolia, and it showed the world that the conqueror wasn't done conquering. Now, let's talk about the changes in the characters. With the 8-year time jump, many familiar faces will return, but they will not be the same. Kurtchu Dogan and Bahadur are confirmed to remain central. Their roles in the battlefield and the palace will grow even more complex. They are no longer just warriors. They are survivors of Mehmed's rise. And now, they'll be tested like never before. But the biggest transformation? Mustafa and Bayezid. Mustafa will now be in the age of Bayezid, a man walking in the shadows of a powerful father. Still loyal, still respectful, but slowly becoming more ambitious. And Bayezid? He will be shown as a young man for the first time. Innocent at first, but caught between duty and jealousy. Because as the Sultan's sons grow older, so does the tension between them. And in the background of all this, a new chapter begins. Sitek Hatun will be introduced, a quiet but powerful woman. And with her, the birth of a boy who will one day shake the empire. Sultan, born into a golden palace but destined for exile. He is just a baby in this season, but his fate is tied to betrayal, imprisonment, and a future far away in the courts of Europe. And if you want to know how a prince like Sultan ended up as a prisoner in a foreign land, and how his own brother helped put him there, there's a link in the description. Now, what about the bigger picture? Producer Eyüp Gökhan Özekin isn't holding back. He's already said the series may go on for 4 or 5 seasons. This isn't just a short project. It's a full reimagining of Mehmed's legacy, from his rise to his darkest choices. The entire script for Season 3 is already written. Filming is moving forward. And the creative team behind the series is more ambitious than ever. But here's what's even more exciting. New characters are being added. New leaders. New enemies. New alliances. The empire is expanding. But with every conquest comes new danger. And for the first time, Mehmed won't be facing threats just from the outside. He will face betrayal from within. Jealous commanders. Whispers in the palace. And sons growing into rivals. This is not the Mehmed we first met. This is the Sultan who has seen too much, won too many battles, and begun to fear his own legacy. And if this season is truly as violent and dramatic as promised, then we're not just watching history, we're watching the beginning of a slow unraveling. Because every empire, no matter how powerful, carries a price. So the question is, can Mehmed control what he's built? Or will the seeds of greatness lead to his downfall? Are we watching a hero at his peak, or the first cracks in the crown? And what will happen when his sons no longer see him as a father, but as a throne they must take? Season 3 is coming. The blood is real. The betrayals are growing. And the shadow of Vlad is just the beginning. So now we ask you, are you ready for the darkest chapter in Mehmed's story? And more importantly, when power becomes an obsession, who really wins? Let us know what you think will happen. Because in Mehmed Fetihler Sultani, no one stays loyal forever.